is 30. Borshchev taller by an inch. No problems on the scale for either man.
Viacheslav Borshchev! And now introducing his opponent, this is Hall, weighing in at 155 pounds, fighting out of Doncaster, England, by way of the Democratic Republic of the Congo, Marc Vs Diakiese! Let's go! And when the action begins, our referee in charge, Gary Copeland.
Gary Copeland is our referee. Chrissy Blair getting us started for round one. It's hard not to talk about weightlifting when I see Gary Copeland, right? It's like morning lift, obviously. Got it. Sure that he was ready when he got these type of challenges.
Well, yeah, absolutely. And look, we're talking about Marc Diakiese, one of the better strikers in the UFC, a guy that does possess the ability to score takedowns, but generally he's so confident in his stand-up. 15 seconds into the fight, he's shooting on Slava.
Yeah, no, absolutely. I mean, that's kind of puzzling to me because he did say at the fighter meetings he feels like the better stand-up guy. He said, I can more than compete with him on the feet. But in Marc's mind, it is an MMA contest. He's probably like, this guy can't defend takedowns. I'm going to take him down because I have an advantage there.
Yeah.
And as we see, Slava, of course, still on the feet, turned the position. And could you imagine if he gets a takedown of his own right now?
Slava now should start to push off at the hips, try to break and get back to space.
And the last time out that we saw Diakiese, oh, he almost got it there.
That was great balance there by Slava. Diakiese had beat him on the angle, and he was still able to stay upright. But if I'm Slava, I'm taking the victory, man. I'm pushing away, getting back to the center and taking the victory.
I mean, Marc's got to be careful. He's been relentless with his takedown attempt.
He's going to get himself tired.
Himself in a bad position and, as you say, get tired. Now, last time we saw Marc, he went for an ill-advised shot, left the neck hanging out.
Now he's giving his back
and
up.
Actually lost by guillotine.
Now Slava's actually got his back. Because regardless of what you think or how easy something may be, it's still not natural.
Diakiese doing a nice job covering up, moving his head.
Yeah, really nice work there. Stayed nice and calm, but there it is.
Oh, nice job by Slava. Going to the body lock.
Amazing
across
defense.
His back to get Diakiese back out in front of him. Hey, listen, Mike. I believe this is going to exhaust Marc Diakiese.
It is.
This is not his style of fight.
Well,
this is not natural for him.
Number one, wrestling is the hardest part. It's absolutely exhausting. Secondly, he's not a lifelong wrestler. And thirdly, it's a tremendous amount of wrestling that he's doing. But he stayed with it.
He got the takedown now.
He got the takedown. Now what are you going to do, though?
Borshchev told us at our fighter meeting Thursday he was expectant that he would get this type of approach from Marc Diakiese, but after stuffing 4 shots, he has been planted here midway through round one.
Now the thing is, he's got to try and get Borshchev on his back. Right now he's on his side. He's actually planted on his arm a little bit. If you get to his elbow, then you get to your hand, and then you start getting up. Got to watch the back, though.
Well, he does this every time he's getting up. Borshchev always gives his back to get up. And if you're a submission guy, you can submit him. But again, Diakiese is a striker. Now, he's put himself in position. He had to work really hard for that takedown.
Oh, nice.
But he got it, and now he's controlling the grappling.
Under 2 minutes to go here in round one, and despite all of the wrestling chops accrued by Borshchev at Team Alpha Male, most people stylistically are trying to fight him this way.
Well, why wouldn't you? The man's a kickboxer, and yes, you're training at Team Alpha Male. You're rounding out your skill sets, but by far, his specialty is striking. It isn't wrestling.
Yeah.
Okay, so in terms of a game plan, if you're sitting there and you're structuring a game plan to take out a Russian kickboxer, hold on, is he Russian?
Well, we saw it with Pereira, right? We saw it with Pereira a couple weeks ago. Like, these guys are so good at what they do that you have to make them uncomfortable.
Yeah.
And look, it took Diakiese a while, but now he got the takedown. He's controlled the round now.
But listen, as I was saying, you're taking on a kickboxer. You've been doing MMA way longer than Borshchev has. So you grapple hit, you know, and listen, it's not what I wanted to see. It's not what the crowd was expecting. But if you're being a smart man, if you're a good coach, this is what you're telling Marc Diakiese to do.
Absolutely.
And right now, it's paying dividends.
No question, Mike. This is the fight that he should be fighting.
And he's done a good job, Mark, because other people have not been able to do this. So far, Borshchev has shown decent takedown defense. He's shown an understanding of the positions and getting back to his feet. And even though now it seems like he got a dominant position or an improved position by getting his guard, it's actually harder for Borshchev to get back to his feet now with Marc Diakiese in his guard.
I think Borshchev made a big mistake when he had his back to the center with Diakiese against the fence, not getting back up to his feet.
For Mark,
in that second round, the moment he starts getting attacked with takedowns, he's got to find a way to wrestle out in the center.
But Mark hasn't done any damage, though. He's controlled, he's won the round, he's got the takedown, but you got to do damage.
Clean break, clean break.
Exclusively right now on UFC Fight Pass. Check it out after tonight's action.
So the corner of Diakiese, rightly so, noticing that Borshchev was taking some big, deep breaths in the corner. Very, very tired, of course. The body energy systems, he's not used to defending takedowns. However, 60 seconds, he's back in the game, landing calf kicks. So Mark's, he's got to act. I thought he was going to go to town with the striking on this time. Keep him guessing, make him think he's going to wrestle.
He's about to wrestle.
With the hands, you're right though, he is. It looks like he's going to shoot.
Well, he's going to feint to try to get him comfortable on the feet like McMahon did. But the reality is, I thought that the wrestling would take a toll on Diakiese, but reality, Borshchev's actually more fatigued because of all the wrestling.
That's a nice shot though, and he's staying with it. Now he's got the rear body lock, drags him down.
That was big. And that one was much easier. That one was way easier to get because Borshchev is getting tired, and Diakiese was able to employ his strategy much easier than it did before. Now it's on Slava to try to get back to his feet.
And it's not just that, way easier and in the center of the octagon. Nowhere near the fence. As a guy in myself that was the guy who was trying to get back to his feet, trying to stop the takedowns, it's way harder in the center of the octagon. You haven't got the fence to lean on as a support network when you're trying to get back to your feet. From here, you've either got to hit a sweep, you've got to get your feet on the hips and kick them away, or you're going to push on the head and what you call shrimp to the fence and try and stand up that way.
Slava recovered guard, but it seems as though Diakiese let him go there because he feels more comfortable holding him when he's in the middle there.
Well, you're going to control him, and Slava, let's be honest, I don't think he's a massive submission threat from his back. So he's like, okay, I'll go in the guard, and now I'm going to start elbowing you in the face.
All right, this coach's cam is brought to you by Proper Number 12 Irish Whiskey. Here's Uriah Faber and company with Borshchev.
Drop the hip, get the shin across.
You know, honestly, Uriah's not saying much, and I like allowing your fighter at times to kind of go and fight, because the reality is all the lessons you're going to teach them is going to be done in the gym unless they're right in front of you. Uriah could be yelling constant instructions from where he is now, but
you gotta keep going, Slava.
You don't know if Slava can hear him, but he's
now
also
come up. Now come up.
Yeah, he's also allowing him to rely on what they've done in the gym.
You're halfway. Don't do it. Don't grab me. There. 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 Now you can go. Now you can go.
That's nice word though by Marc.
Back up, Slava. Let's go.
Marc did a good job of driving forward pressure back to his hip. Now he's got him here. You see, Borshchev there tried to sit out and turn back in the Diakiese. That's inexperience. The reality is, if you drive back pressure into your opponent, the moment he starts to go forward into you, it literally walks you back up to your feet.
And Marc was thinking about a head and arm choke a second ago. Listen, he's doing well. The wrestling is looking really nice for Marc. I would like to see a little bit more output in terms of offense.
Uriah just yelled at him, don't Grammy.
I know.
But that is his safe place, right? It's his comfort. He's learned his Grammy, and he feels good doing it. But now he started his stand-up sequence. He's got to attack the hands of Diakiese.
Drags him back down every single time.
3 of 7 in round 1 for Diakiese. He has secured a couple takedowns this round. Just over a minute to go. Borshchev needs to get some going.
Yeah, he does, John. And he keeps trying that Granby roll, and I understand why. And Marc is just one step ahead, though. There it is again. Oh, no. Stayed on the feet that time.
I mean, the biggest mistake is that he's not fighting the hands. He's not fighting the lock at all. He's just not fighting the lock.
And there is the beginning potentially of a
hand arm triangle choke.
Just one career win by submission for Marc Diakiese, competing in his 20th pro fight tonight. You saw Borshchev go to that calf kick early in this round. Drakkar Klose back in 2017 had a lot of success with that against Diakiese, but Diakiese kept this game plan close to the vest.
Yeah, and listen, you know, I think a lot of people probably grown restless with the game plan. But the reality is for Marc is that coming into this one, he spoke about it. His back was kind of against the wall. So right now, he's focusing on the win as opposed to wowing the audience, hunting for bonuses, trying to get a knockout. Primary objective, number one, is get the win. And if he's going to do it like this, so be it.